love biscuits, me.
I'm so excited to present to you the very first episode of the Biscuit Tin. A man in a tent talking about biscuits. Without further ado, let's talk about biscuits. So I'm going to be reviewing a different biscuit in each episode, and I'll be rating each biscuit on certain criteria. In each review, there will be consistency. So I'm going to be using Yorkshire tea bags, of course, semi-skimmed milk for each one, so that the flavour will be the same. The flavour of the tea will be the same on each test, so that it is consistent and fair. So all I need to do now is make a cup of tea and show you what my first biscuit is. The very first biscuit. It's quite difficult one-handed, isn't it? That's looking alright already. This is a very good start. Right, the tea is made, ready and waiting. There's only one thing we need now. I give to you yes, the old classic, the shortbread. Let's get down to it. First things first. Price per biscuit. So the shortbread we're looking at today is Aldi's own shortbread, Almond. The Aldi shortbread come in at 55 pence per pack, which means that each one of these is around 4.5 pennies. I'd say that's great value. That's 5 out of 5 for value. Would you pay 4.5 pence for one of these? I know I would. I just can't help myself, you know. 5 out of 5 price per biscuit. Number 2, aesthetics. When you see your food, you need to like the look of it. It's part of the battle. And yes, they do look pretty good. Sugar coated, nice little dimples on the roof. Quite simple, but it does the thing. And they've never really veered away from what they truly are. So aesthetics for me, the shortbread gets a 4 out of 5. Texture. Texture for me, the most important point. With food in general, not just biscuits, texture for me is everything. You know, the different layers of chocolate bars, for example. A lot of chocolate bars consist of the same basic chocolate, but it's the layers and the texture that is created when they put together in different formats that make them what they are. The texture with a shortbread is pretty basic. Hard outer, but breaks quite easily when bitten. You know, there's no secret element to it. It's one-dimensional in terms of the texture, but it does crumble nicely. Texture for me, the shortbread is getting a 2 out of 5. You may think that's a little harsh, but this is my thing, leave me to it. Dunkability! As you can see, I've had that in there a good, wow, we're approaching 10 seconds, you know. Wow, this is quite something. And there is still no sign. It's just not going to tap out, is it? I honestly think I could leave it in there for a minute, which is actually incredible. I wasn't expecting this. I'd never really thought about it before. Why would you? Oh, you know what? This is ridiculous. Wow, there's only one thing for it. That is... Never thought about it before, but the shortbread might be the best dunker about. We're going to find out, of course. But what a start. That has got to get a 5 out of 5. Incredible dunkability. Oh, shit. Oh, balls. Moving on to flavour. Flavour is possibly the most important thing with any food. And it's a famous flavour with the shortbread, that beautiful buttery goodness. Quite simply, not for everybody, but for the majority of people, that buttery goodness that you find in a shortbread is so comforting. It's the old classic, and it does remind me of childhood, you know. They wouldn't always be in the biscuit tin at the grandparents', but when they were, well, you knew it was a special occasion. So yeah, flavour. Just have a last bite. Flavour of the shortbread, it's going to get a 4 out of 5. That brings to a close the first review, and it was really exciting. I really enjoyed that. Really delivered on what I hoped the episode would bring. A really good, solid first biscuit. The shortbread. So, price per biscuit, 5. Aesthetics got a 4. Texture got a 2. Dunkability got an absolutely resounding 5. Flavour got a 4, which means out of the overall 25 points available, shortbread enters the list with 20 out of 25. That's a solid start. That will take some beating. Thank you for watching. I love biscuits, me.